Geelong and District Football League. We are the Raiders from all around Geelong. I'm going to tell you how.
Good morning and welcome again to the GDFL Footy Show, coming to you from Buckley's Entertainment Centre on a very cold Saturday morning with some big games on this afternoon as the GDFL rounds are really underway as we head towards halfway point in the 2013 season. Last weekend we saw the return of the home and away matches after the interleague the week before with the Attica Roos. They were much too good for Werribee Centrals in the end. They really was a fantastic close game, that one, and the Roos did play a great game and came away with the chocolates to beat the Werribee Centurions. The North Geelong Magpies didn't have it all their own way down at the Gun Club, with Winchelsea really taking it up to the Magpies right up till half time. Things were pretty tight. Lou Van Creeken kicking 5 goals, and Derek Fitzsimmons once again best on the ground. He certainly would have polled a lot of votes so far for the coveted Whitley medal at the end of the year. The Belpost Hill Panthers continue on their undefeated way. The Panthers too good for the Cryer Footy Club in a slaughter there. The Tommy Tigers, yes, they were too good for the Bannockburn Tigers, so the Tigers won anyway. But Jackson McLeod, with his 150th game, was best on the ground for the Tommy Tigers. So well done, Jackson. Well deserved indeed, part of the McLeod dynasty out there at the Tommy Tigers. The Geelong West, well, the Cheetahs, they were too good for the Belmont Lions. They slaughtered them. And speaking of slaughters, the 94.7 match of the day turned out to be a bit of a fizzer, but never mind, Inverleigh will come good at some stage. East Geelong Eagles back in the winning list completely there with a magnificent win over the Hawks. Hello, I'm Dick Philpott, and once again, I've assembled some of the biggest names and brains in country football to eradicate, adjudicate, communicate, and definitely not procrastinate. And beside me, I told him he needs a stool or a cushion, and he's gone absolutely bananas on this. There he is, the human budgery gap. Have a look at this, folks. Good morning, Grubby.
Good morning, little fella. How are you?
Good, thanks.
This is what I've got to put up with every week when I have to look up here, so now I can look down on you.
And, you know, I'm sort of a bit short on the follicles up top.
Only a touch, yeah.
And, of course, the number one commentator in country football, Eric Nicholls. G'day, mate.
Good morning, Dick, and it's just a show, something different to see Grubby. Like I have the same problem when we're broadcasting. I never find him.
I know. Well, he's looking very tall this morning. That's looking good up there, mate.
Yeah, you can't call me the insect today, mate.
No, fair enough. And you made an absolute disgrace of yourself on the show last week with your birthday when you could demolish the Buckley's Lamington.
Well, I said it on radar and I'll say it again. If you don't gamble, you don't drink, come down to Buckley's anyway, because that was the greatest Lamington I've ever eaten.
I know, and if I thought quick enough, folks, I would have slapped it right in his mush. Don't you worry about that. Just have to wait till next birthday next year. Well, out at the East Geelong ground with the East Geelong Eagles having a great win over Inverleigh, we caught up with Ricky O'Toole from the East Geelong Footy Club. Here they go.
Great game today, Rick. They probably didn't give you the competition you expected?
No, it was just really good to get 4 points, to be honest. Like, we haven't been playing the type of footy we want to play, but it was coming in. You never know it in Inverleigh. They obviously ran Werribee the other week down at Galvin Park. They really got over the line there, so we knew it was going to be a dangerous game, but it was just pleasing to get, I thought it was a pretty good four-quarter performance. It was pretty solid.
Mate, just getting away from football in general at the minute, just looking at you now, like the mud on you, we made a thing in the call early in the game. They drew the circle in the middle. Would you blokes rather bounce the ball even 4 or 5 metres either side of it to keep you out of that mud for a while?
Probably not, to be honest. No. Just because I find it gets crowded with the wingman so close. So, yeah, it's one of those things. You probably need grass cuts on the outside of the ground, but in the middle of the ground you need the stops. But I think it doesn't personally bother me. I probably prefer it, to be honest.
Okay, that's good, because I saw Jesse Mawson. He was actually slipping out here because of the mud on his boots that he got from the middle. But talking about Jesse Mawson, his first half was absolutely superb. He was just fantastic. But you probably would have got more satisfaction out of the form of Chalice, Primke and those blokes coming back into the side. We made the call that you're not an 8th side. You proved that today, and you're really looking forward to playing finals, I reckon.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, that's our aim. Obviously, Jesse Mawson's the only guy who's played every game so far this year, and to get guys like Chalice, Primke, Bolton, Ben Bowman back in defence, Williamson back in defence, Al Johnson's hardly played, so to get a lot of game time with those blokes, hold us well going forward.
And you yourself, you probably started off a little bit slower than what we normally, but you finished up getting a lot of possessions in the finish. You'd be happy with your own form.
Yeah, obviously being coach, you just worry about the team, but it's always good to get a couple of kicks, but you know, it's getting harder as I get older.
And we did speak about percentage, because towards the end of the year, that 5th spot or 4th spot or even 3rd spot at the moment may come down to percentage. Cal alluded to a couple of late goals, but I was more alluding to the fact that you kicked that crooked all day. It probably could have been over a 100-point win.
Oh, definitely. I thought, especially in the first quarter, I think we kicked 1 goal, 9, I think, and could have easily been 6 goals, 4 or something like that. But I was guilty of one, and I just, our finishing early was poor, and we probably let those 2 goals late, which I wasn't real happy with. But I mean, to keep Inverleigh with 3 goals is still a solid effort, I thought.
Oh, fantastic effort. And actually, I saw that one you missed. I would have kicked that one. Don't worry about that.
I know, easily.
And talking about the O'Toole name, one of Sharky's young bloke, he won the medal for best on the ground. We have yourself and Barry and Sharky. I remember seeing Neville play late in his career, early in mine. There's another O'Toole on the scene. He must be a good kid.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's a good kid. Obviously, he's only a little fella, so he's pretty lethal around goals. He doesn't miss too many, that's for sure.
Well, that's fantastic, mate. Look, thanks for coming back out into the cold after a real wet, muddy sort of a day here. You were fantastic. I reckon you can make the finals for me. Go and have a shower, mate. And thanks very much.
Thanks, Grubby.
And welcome back, and a great interview there by Grubby with Ricky O'Toole, one of the absolute legends in country football, and great to see that Ricky's back on the ground for the East Geelong Eagles. So, guys, it was the match of the day last week. East Geelong looked great, or did Inverleigh look that bad?
I reckon it was a little bit of both. East Geelong, they're throwing stuff at me. East Geelong were better than what we've seen them all year. Obviously, I think, Eric, because they've got Primke back and playing. Chalice was great after half-time. Pretty good most of the game. O'Toole, of course, he's back. He's only missed the 3 weeks. Benny Bolton's back. So, look, they're getting their side back together, and they're going to be okay. Inverleigh, on the other hand, they were very disappointing. When they did get hold of the ball, they butchered it. I just wonder where they're going to get their first win from now. It's very hard to see, Eric.
Well, I've got to confess I had to leave at half-time for another appointment, but yeah, it was disappointing. The first half, Inverleigh couldn't handle the footy. When they did, they made mistakes, basic mistakes. But you're right, East Geelong came back to a little bit of the form that we saw last year, and I don't think they've written themselves off definitely as a finals opportunity. With all those players coming back, once they get a bit of game time under their belt, they'll be a very good side.
Oh, I think they'll be in amongst it too. But what I can't understand is you said you had a previous morning. Next time, tell me. I looked around after half-time and he'd gone.
What, just disappeared on you?
Just disappeared.
But it didn't take you long to fix me up. Cal Lowther stepped into his seat very
Well, the
smart.
thing is, Cal Lowther stepped into the special comments. I went to commentary, and all of a sudden we were inundated with phone calls saying, how good was that? So we might give him the flick, I reckon. We might give him the lemon and sarstic.
Have we renewed his contract this year?
Not yet, no.
Not yet.
No,
Unbelievable.
he was looking at Buddy Franklin figures, now he's looking at bugger all.
Unbelievable. Did I see you eating a chip then before?
Yeah, someone threw a chip at me.
You don't have bloody chips on a Saturday morning. It's not good for you.
Especially for
Well, I had Lamington last Saturday morning.
You'll be wearing it next time. We're going to take a break, a short break, pay some bills, and be right back after.
Football league. We are the Raiders from all around Geelong. I'm here to tell you how football is strong.